What's going on, everybody? Sam Man here, bringing you the 6th episode of the Early Access Cast. We got the usual crew here. Now, we're going to tell you at the start this time, it's Ed's idea, but we're not good looking, lads. There's no need to sit here and watch us. Definitely just go play a bit of Spelunky, do whatever. Just enjoy our sensual voices, and if you do want to sit here and look at our beautiful faces, you can. I'm not saying you can't. That's why we've all got webcams. That's why I'm looking into your eyes now. But you don't have to sit here and watch me. But you can if you want to. So we've got the usual cast here. We've got Ed showing his face. He is having a few lighting problems. We're gonna sort this out. But for the first time, you can actually see part of his face. And then we got
Hello.
the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Wait, Harley or me? Because I'm pretty sure it's illegal to say that to Harley.
Yeah. Then I'm just going to say it to you. And then we've got Harley with the amazing hair.
Hello.
So, lads, what we've been up to this week? What we've been?
I'm not gonna lie, his hair is it's always quite hairy.
I like it when hair's hairy. So, back on topic with a gaming podcast. So, Ed, what you been playing this week, mate? What you been doing? What you been up to?
I wrote on a list this week. I'm being a bit more efficient.
I love release.
I've been playing predominantly Titanfall because, well, it's come out and that's been fantastic as always. Trying to get my way up the ranks on that one. Bit of Garry's Mod. I did a collab with a YouTube channel called Grammicals. He's called Grammicals, so he organised a collab. So a dozen of us got on there, had a bit of fun. Been playing a bit of League as well, this week, and also some DayZ. Just bought DayZ thanks to a certain persistent podcast host by the name of and yeah, I've been playing that, and also Zombie Infestation. What's it? Infestation? Zombie Diaries.
Well, we played 20 minutes of it.
20 minutes. He went on for it 24 hours. He wouldn't shut up about this. I bought it. I haven't played it since.
To be fair, I do want to play it, but it looks awful, so that kind of puts me off. It was £1.09.
Yeah, that's lunch. That is generally lunch for me for one day, so never mind. But also, I bought myself a game called The Void, which I'm going to hopefully get around to playing. It's more on my to-do list, and I never get around to it. But that's my week in a nutshell.
So, Harley, what about you?
I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls in expectation for Dark Souls 2, which I'm looking forward to a tremendous amount. So that's really it. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft too, but the next video that comes out will actually be a Dark Souls video. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But it is a lot, because this is the first time I've actually gotten into playing it. It's a lot harder than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's pretty much a staple.
Yeah.
Well, what's the edition you've got? Is it called Prepare to Die?
Yeah, it's called Prepare to Die edition.
I'm sure the developers actually gave you a hint there, Harley. I'm not going to lie to you, mate.
See, I think they intended for me to die a lot. I just think that.
I think it's...
Is that the game that Yahtzee, Ben Croshaw, Zero Punctuation, he raved about, really liked it?
I think so.
Because of its really big, steep learning curve.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
They don't give you, it's like no hand-holding at all in it. Like, if you want to know exactly what to do and how to do it good, you're going to have to look at, like, Wikipedia or something. Because there's no way you can figure it out.
I kind of want some hand-holding, you know.
So many modern games, especially now, like Skyrim, in comparison to Morrowind and everything, it's like, okay, now you gotta go here, and here's a nice quest marker for you to do this, you know.
Oh no, actually, I was joking when I said that. I did prefer it that way. Because in real life, you don't get a quest marker above so and so's head telling you to do something. You got to work it out for yourself, and I think that's what video games should be about. Was it Daggerfall? Was it? I think was it Daggerfall? What's the one that came before Daggerfall? No, it was Daggerfall. It was Morrowind and Daggerfall that came before it.
No. It was Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Get it right.
Yeah, so Daggerfall's the one I'm on about. I think Daggerfall was the one where you had to kill yourself to get past a certain point. You had to go
that was actually a Morrowind. That was actually a Morrowind. It was a dungeon. You had to get to like the final boss of the dungeon. You had to drown yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It gave a very.
You had to work it out. And
it gave a very vague hint on like a pedestal. It's like those who don't breathe. So I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it's like you'd be stuck there for hours and never get through it. See,
That's what I like.
games need to be more challenging. They're too easy now.
No,
Yeah, well-
you've get when you get to the end of Dark Souls, you can say that, but I've played it for about 10 hours. I think I've got in about 3 bosses, and every one I went to YouTube, every single one.
Really? I haven't consulted on how to defeat a boss yet.
Have
I
you-
just sort of gone in and hacked and slashed until it died.
Honestly, it's so hard.
What class are you?
I can't remember. I had it on the 360 a long time ago, and I think I was just like a warrior, but
I'm a pyromancer.
Yes, that
Pyromancer.
burn
What,
them.
you mean with fire?
Burn them with fire. Fire is a fun thing.
To be fair, I love playing as a mage on anything I do. I'm always a mage, so
See, that's what I wanted to go for, like a more mage-like character because I never play a mage. So I try to experiment with that. I've heard like once you beat the game, it restarts with all your stuff and it's even more difficult. It's like New Game Plus, and then you have to beat it like 7 times just to get everything done. So
I don't even have the time to think about that. That's shocking.
it's fun.
Yeah, so me, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Titanfall, and when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. I think I've become quite big-headed in my skills of Titanfall because I am not even. I would say 9 out of 10 games I'm top of my team, and it's just I love the game and I can play for hours, and it's so easy to record clips of. It's so good, and just I've been playing it so much. I haven't played Spelunky this week, and I think that is a crime against nature. And then the new update for DayZ came out a couple of days ago, and it is brilliant. The zombies are so much stronger. There's new weapons.
Wait, point of interjection. Information even. No, bollocks to that. I just got off DayZ earlier. The zombies walk through doors and walls.
Yeah.
That is bullshit.
No, it is. This is a thing, right? So, it is crap. There's no getting around. They shouldn't be walking. The way I feel they should have handled this update. So, they used to be a little bit slower than you, and they never used to be as strong. So now they've increased the damage, increased the speed, and this is only a temporary thing. They're seeing if the community likes it this way. But they shouldn't have done that until they've sorted out the actual they can't walk through walls. Because even today, so I've run into this building, I've got a gun, but I've got no ammo for it, and I see another gun. Now I want to pick that gun up, but I can't pick that gun up because if I pick 2 guns up, I run really slow. So there was no way for me to lose these zombies because every time they lost sight of me, I ended up through them coming through a wall and attacking me. So it was just ridiculous, to be honest. So I think that's a big thing they've got to sort out. Once they sort that out, I think the game becomes highly playable. How people say it's broken now, I don't think it's broken. I think we know what we pay for when we get into the game.
Yeah, I mean, they say people are saying it's broken, but when they log into the game, the first thing it says is warning: this is an alpha, this is an early release, so you shouldn't expect faults. So if they're saying it's broken, you pay for they told you before you bought it, when you play it, that's exactly what it's going to be. So yeah, I do agree though. The first thing they should be fixing is that zombies don't walk through walls. I mean, come on, they put in berry bushes which you can eat from and stuff, but they don't give you food. Food's incredibly rare and scarce along with drink, except when you drown yourself in a lake. And zombies walk through walls. These are fundamentally key points which make the game unplayable.
When we next get on it, definitely I'll show you where food is. There's certain, like, literally you go into places and you know where you should be looking. Like, if I walk into a town now, I know what buildings to completely ignore because the spawn rates are so low, and it sounds so sad that I know this, but I know whereabout they're gonna spawn and the percentage of what is gonna spawn there. So you literally learn. You know this house. It's got 2 side doors and another door here. I know. Don't go in the door that's closest to you because nothing spawns there. So you go into the 2 side doors and there's 2 tables. The only thing that's spawning that whole building is on those tables. So have a look.
Sam gave me like a huge crash course when I first started playing, and he knew where everything was. So it kind of took the fun out of exploring, but
It,
you know.
it does, like your first 20, 30 hours are normally just you on your own. So when you come up against a guy like me, but there's also guys worse than me. There's a guy on my friends list on Steam who has played for over 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours.
That guy has no life.
That I don't think that guy has legs. So,
Can he say that? Is he allowed to say that?
I'm not.
paraplegic.
I'm not sure if you can say that, but I've said it and it's recorded, documented for the whole world. No, I never said that guy having no legs was a bad thing. I just said he probably don't have legs, like, because how long you would be sitting there and then, oh. Anyway, and so we've picked a few topics. Who wants to go first?
Topic? I don't know. I don't have any topics. You guys have topics.
I'll talk about Dark Souls.
There we are.
Okay.
Okay, so do I start now?
Yeah, obviously
Start it.
so.
Okay.
We're recording.
Oh yeah, I thought you paused it. Okay, so the topic that I chose to talk about today would be Dark Souls 2, which is gonna be great. Like I said, I've been into Dark Souls a lot, but Dark Souls 2 is gonna be even more difficult. Now I've read an article from Polygon, which said that being undead will actually have a lot more negative effects. Benefits can't be negative. Okay. That if you have to keep up your humanity, or else if you die when you're hollowed, then you lose health. So if you die a lot, if you're not human, your health bar will just tick slowly down. You can watch yourself die even more. So that's a lot difficult. And players can also invade your world when you're hollow now, so you don't have to be human. So basically, that's going to be kind of terrifying, especially with the low health thing. I am looking forward to that because I like challenging games, and recently there's been a lot of games that have come out that's just too difficult. I mean, too easy.
Where you getting it? You getting it on PC?
Oh, definitely. I hope it'll run. I heard they up a lot of textures and stuff from the previous one, so I hope it'll run decent. I think it will. But yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of videos on that because this is going to be a fantastic game. I think I'm going to wait a few weeks after it comes out till I read the reviews on it. Because like Amnesia Machine for Pigs, I got it on its launch day and it's terrible. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm trying to beat the first Dark Souls before I go into this one though. So
I'd say do not buy the new one before you've done the old one, just because even though it's going to be a new game, I think it's going to be a lot more of the same, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. But like I was saying about modern games being too easy, is like in Dark Souls, if you haven't played it, like the simplest enemies, the default enemies that you come across can kill you easily. So you have to be very careful, and one wrong move can just kill you. Most of the bosses in the game can kill you within 1 or 2 hits. So it's very difficult. It's a hardcore RPG too. It has a lot of role-playing systems, which I enjoy. But every now and again, I like for a game to be overly challenging, because Skyrim really failed in that. I think it was way too easy, especially with the quest markers and stuff. They added that in Oblivion, and I kind of wish they would take it out because I don't want quest markers. I won't have to find places manually.
See,
Exactly.
I think
Yeah, it kills it a lot.
I think in a game like that, I like quest markers just because I never want to get lost. I don't mind challenging gameplay, but getting lost.
Then there should be a choice. There should be an option to turn them on or off.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing, though. I think you can in Skyrim turn them off. No, wait, no, you can't. I think there's a mod which makes.
Okay, yeah, there'll definitely be a mod.
But when someone tells you to go somewhere, you don't have directions to it. In the games before they had quest markers, it would say, now go down the south road. When you see this rock or building or something, turn left, and then you're there. Skyrim didn't have that dialogue, so you wouldn't be able to find anywhere. That's why that Skyrim's quest marker on or off system would be really broken, I think.
Even though I say I like quest markers, I think that would help with immersion so much more.
Oh, yeah.
It would be wow better than just simply not having it.
Yeah, and I think that would be a lot better. But with Dark Souls, you don't really need quest markers because there's not like a quest system. Like
it's more linear, isn't it?
It's a bit more. I've played like several hours and I still don't really know what my end goal is, like what I'm trying to accomplish. I know I'm trying to ring these 2 bells, one in the Undead Parish and one in down below in the cavern places. I don't know what happens after that.
I honestly don't know any part of the story. I've played it for 10 hours.
Yeah. That's one thing I love about it, though. It's so deep. You got to figure out things on your own. You got to piece together. It's really, really neat.
You know what game is like an RPG, which is really easy to die and like it's really hard and it takes a lot of skill to complete?
Spelunky, you're talking about?
Yes, you know it. Right, what I'm doing when this comes... Spelunky, when this comes on sale, people are getting gifts everywhere. Like, honestly, it's $10.99 now, and I want to get it for people, but I just can't because I ain't got to spare 300 quid.
How much? What? 300?
Yeah, I think it's $10.99. I reckon you got. I know it's been in a few. It's been in a humble bundle, I'm sure. So.
Maybe. But how much did you buy it for?
I think I bought it for £11.
Nah, I say it's fine.
But I bought it.
I thought you would have got it really cheap or something. You made it sound like it was.
No, it's a brilliant game. It's so good that like I don't think. I think it only goes on sale on like summer sales and winter sales and stuff like that. So moving on. I've opted to talk about Metal Gear Solid. Now, Harley told me that he's not known anything about the whole franchise, and I'll just speak about it like it's all about kind of it's predominantly around one guy. His name's Solid Snake. I'm sure you've heard of that. And
yeah, I know a lot of memes from the series, like the Snake meme. I know that. I know about that.
So basically, you like a secret agent, and like it's really stealthy, and it's turned a little bit more action, and there's been a few spin-off games, and it's a brilliant series, and it's really emotional series as well. Like, have you played much of it, Ed?
I did actually. I played the very first one that came out for the PlayStation 1. Played Metal Gear Solid 2, and bought and 3 Snake Eater, but that's where I stopped. Not through choice, just because it was still on consoles, and I'd never really got around to getting consoles. I became a PC gamer at that point. But no, I played the first 3, and I thought they were fantastic. I really enjoyed them. Don't get me wrong, Raiden, I agree with all the hate he gets. It's fine. But generally, they're really good games. And then people complain about the cutscenes. Yeah, they're long, but I love cutscenes. Cutscenes are great. So they can be as long as they like, and it just adds to the game. It adds so much more depth and detail, and that's what a lot of games lack. They have like 5-second cutscenes, and that's it. And when you buy a Metal Gear Solid game, you expect that from it. You expect a lot of detail and a lot of length to it. So you do get your money's worth. I think they're great. I like them, but I don't know anything about the newest ones because I haven't been following it ever since I couldn't really play them. I've moved on, unfortunately.
So it's like you don't buy a Dark Souls game and say, "Oh, it's too hard." You know what you're getting into when you buy it. So anyway, this is Metal Gear Solid. It's great and it's an awesome game. So the new Metal Gear Solid game. So there's not been an actual Solid Snake Metal Gear Solid for a number of years. There's been it's called Revengeance. There's been a separate one. but it wasn't anything like Metal Gear Solid. It was a action sword fighting game, which sounds ludicrous, but if you look into it, it makes sense. So so now there's one coming out. Oh, I've totally blanked on the name. I have totally blanked on the name. Oh, something about phantoms. I've totally. Anyway, so there's one coming out and it's gonna be huge. But for some reason, basically they've released a prologue to that game. And it's literally, when reviews were first coming out, the game could be finished in 2 hours on an average playthrough, and the game is retailing for £30 in the UK, £20 in the UK and £30 in the US. But the problem with this game is, it is a brilliant game. Everyone's saying it's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. But today, I didn't believe it. Some guy, bearing in mind it's not been out too long, he speedrunned it in 5 minutes and 32 seconds.
Jeez.
And this is it's like £20 or £30. I'm not 100% sure.
That's not right.
No,
that's not right at all. No, I'm not saying that you're not. I'm saying it's not right
No.
for them to make a game to charge that much for it.
It's totally obscene that they can even think. Now, yeah, you can. The thing is, he weren't using glitches. A lot of these, like the Ocarina of Time in the N64, can be speedrunned in, I think it's like 21 minutes, but that's using glitches. He used no glitches. He just done everything perfect. Knew all the lines of traffic, how he should be running. And yes, not an average player's gonna act like that, but if you can finish a game without cheats in 5 minutes, you shouldn't be charging £30 for the game. The game looks brilliant. The gameplay's amazing. But £30. And the thing is, it's a prologue. So the full game is going to come out. And somewhere along the line, they're going to bundle these games in together. And this is the one game that I honestly think you should just wait and buy it pre-owned. Because I don't think the developers deserve anything for this, just because it's running on the same engine and it's using all the same assets. They just haven't finished the Phantom game. I'm sure it's Phantom. Oh, I'm totally blanking on the name. But so the Phantom Pain, it's called Metal Gear Solid the Phantom Pain, or is it? I don't know. But definitely it's obscene. You can't charge that amount of money.
Sam, I looked it up. It is Phantom Pain. You're right.
Saying, you know what I mean? Gaming genius up here. What's it? Yeah, so I just think it's absolutely ludicrous that they can charge that. I remember Dead Rising 2 done it, and it was like basically where you got your motorcycle from, and you got to go around the town. And I played it a couple of times, spent a good like 6-7 hours on it, and you actually leveled up to the game. So when you started the full game, you're at level 5, and that was £5, I think. And it was using all the same engine assets, all the same things, but these do it and release it for 30 quid, well out of order.
But then again, it sounds like a case, not similar to, but yeah, a slightly lighter case than, was it, what was it originally called? The Infestation game was originally called like War Z or something, when they falsely advertised and sold their content in their game. They completely lied about everything that was in it. All the features weren't there. Yeah, it sounds like a similar case, but they charged the full amount for it. And yeah, they rightly got a lot of backlash for it. It sounds like a similar case. I mean, I think that's the most extreme case to date we've ever had of false advertising on a game. But yeah, they should be selling something that isn't finished, isn't complete, or isn't, worthy of the price that they're selling it for. I mean, people wouldn't complain about Infestation if it would cost a £5, but because it costs 30-40 quid, it's ridiculous. I think it's the first time and only time Steam's ever. So it's the first time Valve's ever given refunds for a game. I think they also gave refunds for BioShock Infinite because of the baptism. You were forced to have a baptism before you were allowed to proceed into the city itself. And so Christian people were allowed to complain and get their money back for being forced to baptize against their own religion, which was a bit being extreme.
That is extreme.
I mean, my family's Catholic. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, technically, I'm a confirmed Christian. I mean, we'll question that another time. But that it doesn't offend me, even if I was religious. I don't see how it should. It's just like it's pretty extreme.
I think people need to realize that it's a game, not real life. That's why people that get. I'm gonna go a bit off topic here, and people blame GTA 5 for all this stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, you run over people in GTA. You do all this stuff. It's a game.
I tortured someone in GTA. I'm not a torturer.
Yeah, I
before GTA, murder happened before GTA, and sex video mini games came out before GTA. This is nothing new, but just because it's in the limelight, it's right there in front of us.
It's like all these people who blame murder on like video games in general. I see a bunch of memes. It's like, what if I told you that people killed each other before video games? People need to realize that it's not that they don't want to look at the actual problem, which is people. They don't. Yeah.
Blown right now.
I think Ed just died.
Yep, so we're going to advertise for a new co-host. They need to have a face, and we've got a spare camera and headset.
I was literally dead for 10 seconds, and I was replaced.
Praise
God. Praise Jesus. Let's all get a baptism in Bioshock Infinite. I'm going to load it up and go convert to a new faith. Where is it, Bioshock? I think I installed it. Sad face.
So I uninstalled it as well, just because I'm never going to get around to playing it.
It was a good game. It was
no spoilers. I will
I'm
get
not
around
spoiling
to playing it.
I'm not spoiling anything. It was a good game that I enjoyed it a lot. The combat sucked though.
Yeah.
Well, for Bioshock,
Yeah.
I thought it was a little overrated. I expected better from it. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it.
It was the first Bioshock game I ever played. So
I played the first one, but I never got finished it. So that was the first one I've seen to the end, which was quite good. And it was good. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think it was my favorite game of all time. It definitely wasn't my favorite game of the year. I had more favorite games of last year.
The problem I found with it is, as Harley said, the combat, the actual gameplay of it just wasn't exciting or fun. You had them, what are they called? Not stims. The magic ability you have.
They're the
not elements.
The vigors.
Yeah, vigors.
Yeah,
so what's your name? Yeah, so they made it a little bit more exciting, but the gameplay just wasn't fun. So I just went straight off it. I've played about 3 hours on one playthrough, and I've played about an hour on my Steam playthrough, and I just can't get through it because it's mind-numbingly dull compared to the games you can play. Like, what give you so much? Like DayZ gives you so much. Titanfall gives you so much gameplay.
I'm gonna overrule DayZ for a second and say, look, yeah, but that's you having to create the content yourself in your own head. You're creating a storyline. You have to act it out a little bit.
That's what it is.
It is good. I know, and I agree. But then you compare it also to games like, and I'm very much gonna jump on a bandwagon here, but say Spec Ops: The Line storyline. And that was actually one of my favorite games of last year. I thought that storyline was incredible. It really was. Gameplay, nothing particularly special, but I loved the storyline to it. Massive twists and stuff. And yeah, I would much rather play that than DayZ, even without the multiplayer. I would love playing multiplayer games, but the storyline like that one, yeah, that's a rare occurrence. So that's why I bought like The Void, because it's supposed to have like a pretty good storyline. I'm in it for the storyline as much as the gameplay. And if I can have a balance between multiplayer games and games with the decent storylines, I'll be quite happy. But
yeah, that's one thing I think some modern games also are lacking too, is a really good story. It's like my main problem with Dark Souls is one thing. I said I liked it, but I like it and I dislike it at the same time. I like it because you kind of piece together the story yourself. I also don't like it because it doesn't tell you that much about what's going on, why you're there. You know, or it may have in the opening, but it was really long and boring, so I didn't watch it.
See,
But
this is the problem with so many reviews. Like, I love story-based games. Like, I used to love playing Final Fantasies because I used to love getting into the story. But with so many games now, I read these reviews saying they're amazing and stuff like Papers, Please. Everyone is loving it. I don't get it.
uh,
But like Bioshock, I don't get. What's that other? You're an assassin, something like.
Assassin's Creed.
No, that no.
I mean, you're an assassin.
It's some like deadly.
Oh, it's backwards. Oh
How
god,
is it?
so ashamed.
What?
What did it say?
I read it backwards. I could have learned to write backwards. I'm listening. Yeah, no.
We won't be able to see it, I don't think, because of the camera.
Describe what the game is you're talking about, Sam. What do you
You're
do?
like an assassin in like. It looks like old time.
Is it Thief?
No.
You're a thief. Okay.
No, it came out about 2 years ago.
Uh,
And something, but anyway, yeah, that game, it was meant to be amazing. I didn't like it. I think so much hype gets built around these games that I'd rather just play them without reading anything. But then the problem is stuff like with Infestation, you do it and you buy it and it might not be what you actually paid for. It might be something totally different.
Exactly. You know, it's a bit of a worry, especially. Yeah, I mean, with console games, you buy them, you don't like them, you can return them. You can get away with that. You can't really do that with PC games anymore, especially with Steam. Once you bought it, it's permanent, which kind of sucks. So yeah, you got to really trust them on PC. You got to have a lot of trust in the developer, and for an unknown game like whoever developed DayZ, to pull a stunt like that, it's probably put a lot of just a lot of trust in people. That's why I was hesitant to buy the game in the first place, even for £1. I didn't want to buy it for that specific reason, and I thought it would be pretty crap.
Well, I've just thought of something now. It's probably been discussed before, but what if Valve? So we'll have to try and piece together. Something says COD.
Is it really that pixelated?
Yeah, you can.
yeah. Just tell us what it is.
I was saying basically fuck COD Ghost storyline,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but never mind. We kind of got past that point a long time ago.
Yeah. So,
Like,
so what happens if Valve ever goes bankrupt? With the whole...
That's a worry I've always had. Yeah, what happens to all our games? Do we get our money back?
I hadn't thought of that. Now you're making me worry.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, did they have a backup plan, like a policy where they're gonna go, oh, well, sorry, we're fucked, we're bankrupt. Here, have your money back, or at least have the rights to play your game offline. Because what annoys me is you can't play certain games offline, offline on Steam. Especially things like I was trying to play Total War games ages ago, and I couldn't play them because I couldn't get onto my Steam, so I couldn't play my own bloody games that I just spent a fortune on. So yeah, I'm curious as to what happens when they do go under.
Are you googling it now?
Yeah. What happens if Steam shuts down?
Well,
Yeah, what happens? I'm seeing what people say, so yeah, I might be quiet for a few minutes.
So it happened the other day. Well, it didn't happen the other day. I was trying to get on Steam and it wasn't working. And this is the single only moment that I have ever thanked God for Origin, because I really wanted to play a game and I'm not going to play on my PS4. And I just jumped on Titanfall, and that's the only time I was ever like, Origin is a good thing. But now I still think they're cunts, but it's total difference, like.
Actually, according to what I'm looking at right now, it doesn't appear that a Valve, a Steam employee's ever answered this question. It seems to be a bit of a shady topic where they're like, don't ask that question.
Hey, I have found a post, and this is by some random guy on the Steam forum. So I don't know if this is right, but he said that Valve once stated that how do I find? That they would make all games playable like offline that weren't major online. Like you didn't have to be connected to a server to play it.
So
that's
there'll be
what
a massive update for everything.
Yeah, but think about it. So right now, I've got a 500 gigabyte hard drive, which is small. That's small.
Yeah.
I buy more games than I can fit on that hard drive, and the only reason I do it is because I can uninstall it and install within minutes because of I've finally got a decent internet speed. So, what happens to me? Because do I have to then pick and choose what of the games that I've bought the rights to I'm allowed to have?
I think you just need a bigger hard drive.
Yeah.
And
Just go
no,
first,
but
first.
you know,
to be honest, it would come in handy.
no, and to be fair, it's about the full thing of my list to upgrade, but definitely that's what I'm thinking. So, what if your PC just burns out, your hard drive just corrupts, and
That's why you
still,
make a backup of your important files.
what? If you have a terabyte worth of games, it's not really feasible, is it?
Actually, it kind of is. I mean, they can be expensive, but I mean, if you want to back up everything, they make like 1 gigabyte external hard drives you can plug in and store things, back up files on.
Yeah, but so they do that, but it's not.
I'm just
You shouldn't have to. It's one of those.
yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm saying it's possible, not that you should have to.
I think
you know?
that what I hope they've done is basically had a bucket load of money that they've got in a bucket, and they're like,
Why a
that-
bucket?
I don't know, it's better than a bin.
What about a box?
Most people get suitcases, not sacks.
Okay, then.
You could probably fit more money in like a box, like a big box, than you could in like a handheld bucket.
So let's go with a actual bank account. They've got a couple of million set aside that they say, look, no matter what, if we go into administration, no matter what, we will just pay for servers for everyone to download what they need for the next 10 years or whatever. I don't know how much it costs,
But it
but
costs a lot.
yeah, but they make a
I'm
lot.
pretty sure
True.
they, with
I mean, they
Kickstarter,
have enough. but,
get the
yeah.
community to fund it. How much
Yeah,
would it
I
cost
bet the
to rent
community
a server like that for a few years? I'm pretty sure we could do it, but I've been looking like what Harley said. Quite a lot of people seem to be saying the same thing. They would just basically put cracks onto all the updates and just make everything free to play offline. So you would basically get an update which would make it you're allowed to use your what you
So-
purchased.
So final update, final service from Steam. I'm sad. It's making me sad now.
Well, luckily, Titanfall's on Origin then, because there's no playing that offline.
Oh,
Whoa! Because Origin, I don't think Origin. Well, if any of them will go, it'll be Origin before Steam.
Ooh.
okay. I'm sorry. I can't wait for Origin to go down.
No,
Whoa.
whoa.
I want my Titanfall back.
Yeah,
Titanfall better
To
jump
be
ship.
fair though, what company is worth more? Harley. See how much Valve are worth, and
I'm
Edward.
looking.
Okay.
See
Yeah,
how
look
much
about
he
how much is it EA? We look up EA.
Yeah.
Worth third largest gaming company by revenue.
We need numbers. We need them Wikipedia numbers.
Valve Corp. Okay, I
yeah.
found one from Tech Power. Valve
One sec,
Corporation.
So have we got a net worth?
2012, 3 billion in 2012.
3 billion.
3 billion. I don't know
Where-
what the modern one.
What's the
According
source?
to this, EA back in 2012 had this isn't a legit source as such, but they're saying between 6 to 9 billion US dollars.
Oh, screw you.
So EA is a little bit bigger, but then they are a lot. They're a different kind of company.
Yeah, they've got loads of fingers in loads of
Pies,
theoretical pies.
theoretical pies, or other things. But yes, they. But then that doesn't surprise me. I mean, surely EA has other because they. Oh, I don't know. I'll be talking on my ass at this point.
Go on, lads, I'm gonna call that a show. So where we gonna find you guys? Where you at?
You can find me on my YouTube channel at Harley McDaniel or my Twitter at Harley McDaniel1.
There we are.
So-
And Ed, there's a new place to see you, isn't there?
Yeah, I've been working on a new place. I've recently got my my intro little clip video thing. It took far too long, but I've got that made. So all my videos will have a nice little intro clippy thing to bring them in. But you can find me at the Edrickson. If you just type in Edrickson into Google, actually, I've managed to get it so that I pop up at the very bottom of the first page, but I'm on the first page,
Nice.
I think. You might want to just double check that one for me before I make that up. But yeah, just type in the Edrickson or into something, and I should pop up somewhere vaguely.
I'll feature your channel on mine also, and you know where I am, guys. I'm right here all the time, uploading daily. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we are going to play DayZ now. So I'll bid you farewell. Samifman out.
Bye.
There we are, guys. Don't forget to check out my last video, which is about the update on DayZ, and then my featured video is just a little something I think you should watch. It's the last episode of the podcast. If you got all the way to the end of this, you'll definitely enjoy that one. Samifman out.